Yeah, wide receiver, I think that is one of my biggest areas for concern right now after watching a few spring practices is if the quarterback position is going to be better than last year, which I anticipate it being, whether it is Tanner Morgan or Victor Viramontes. I think the offensive line is going to be able to give the quarterback, whoever it is, time to throw. The issue is, as Gopher fans saw throughout Big Ten play, can someone besides sophomore wide receiver, now junior wide receiver, Tyler Johnson get open? And that's the biggest thing I'm trying to find this spring and probably even going into fall camp is who is that number 2 and number 3 option? Because there's no more Brandon Lingen, there's no more Nate Wozniak at tight end, so you're going to have 2 fresh faces there more than likely between Ko Keefe, Colton Beebe, Jake Paulson. But I think guys that we really need to be talking about more are redshirt freshman Chris Ottman-Bell, someone that PJ Fleck on Saturday was hyping up as probably one of the most improved guys throughout the spring. They're really going to need him to emerge here as a number 2 wide receiver option. And you also have to look at a couple of the incoming freshmen as Rashad Bateman, again, someone that Minnesota was able to steal in the last recruiting cycle from places like Georgia, even though he is from the state of Georgia. Minnesota beats out Georgia, Tennessee, Texas A&M, among a multitude of other schools. And I think Rashad Bateman is going to have high expectations the moment he steps on campus. And I believe the staff is anticipating him and contributing into this wide receiver rotation. And then another guy, again, if you're going to have Tyler Johnson in the short to intermediate game, Rashad Bateman kind of stretching the field, I think Brevin Spanford, the top-rated player from the state of Minnesota in last class, according to 24/7 Sports, has such a unique skill set as a tight end. He is 6'6", 6'7", 235, 240 pounds, and he's extremely athletic with great hands. He's a fantastic basketball player, and I think using him between the hashes is something that Minnesota is going to have to think about doing here early on. And then on the offensive line, you mentioned it, there are a lot of guys coming back. Now, Minnesota is going to get a junior college guy in the summer, Jason Dixon, to push Sam Schluter at right tackle. But I think Donnell Green is Minnesota's best hope to end the long offensive line issues with Minnesota and the NFL. PJ mentioned it. I've mentioned it plenty of times. Minnesota has not had an offensive lineman drafted in 12 years. That's inexplicable. That's inexcusable considering what you look at Iowa and Wisconsin have sent to the league. Now, I think that Donnell Green has a great chance to be drafted in next year's draft, but I think you look at other spots on that offensive line. Jared Weiler is likely going to return back to center. Connor Olson made great strides at the end of the season at guard, and I think Blaze Andrews, the top-rated kid from 2017 from Marshall, Minnesota, is absolutely going to give it a go at right guard and probably be pushing for a starting playing time. So that offensive line, from what I have seen, then you also have the mountain man and Daniel Fa'alele, the 6'9", 400-pound Australian. He's getting a lot of reps at right tackle with the second team, and Carlos Dunlap, the highest-rated offensive lineman to ever enroll at Minnesota, is getting reps at right guard. So I think the future of the offensive line with Brian Callahan now has to be very, very exciting for folks.